Welcome back, guys, to the Orlando Huskies franchise. It is part two of the offseason, and Benji Wilson in, Dom Huff out, as we are trading Dom Huff, a young left guard, only second year in the league, for a middle linebacker, Kitchen, who's heading into his second year in the league. And it's a pretty fair trade, in my opinion, both 75 overall. And the Cowboys wanted to get rid of him. He fits our scheme. Dom Huff out. And we're looking at linebackers to trade for. And we're scouting some. And we found Kitchens just sitting there. And we went and we made a play for him. And Nick Kitchens could definitely see a role in this offense or defense increased, as Darrell White has been moved to middle linebacker to replace that Tavon Johnson role, and Miles McMillan has been moved to outside linebacker to fill the need there as well. And that doesn't mean we're not going to draft a linebacker now, because there's still some holes here as we are going to advance to the draft. We're going to head straight into the draft, and this is a first year we don't have a top 5 pick. Can't be more excited about that. We have pick 24 in the first round. I'm just going to sim straight to it. We're going to look and see if any of our favorite players that we've been targeting are up there. We have been looking at some centers. Both of them still up there. Lamar Brown says the second or third round pick, but he looks very good. Been looking at some right tackles, Steven Robinson, some linebackers. But I believe this pick is going to go to, where is he at? Steven Robinson. Have to shore up that back tackle position. And he could sit a year behind Deion Werner. And he's hidden development, 92 strength. Forgot to even look at those stats, but Steven Robinson, I feel like, was the right pick, and hopefully Lamar Brown is still up there for our second round pick. A moment of truth, because he could be our future starting center. And he's not up here, just taken before us. And that was really the only center prospect we were really looking at. And that is really disappointing to not see him up here anymore. But we are going to look at some of the favorites we still have up here. Jalen Bishop and Max Patton both look very good. Probably pick between the both of them, as Bishop is a fast player. He is strong. He can jump high. He is good man and zone. Now we'll look at Max. He is also very fast and not as strong. And his man and zone still iffy. I think we're going to go Jalen Bishop from LSU with our second round pick here. Another hidden development guy, 88 speed, 76 strength, and I like that a lot. Sharing up this linebacking core. Headed to the third round now. See if any of our favorites up here. A couple of linebacker prospects we still have. Corner Marquez Street. B zone. Says he's a speed rusher. Is fast. Good tackling. Looks like good man too. Doesn't look like much of a pass rusher, but we're going to go ahead and take him. 85 speed, 89 excel, 78 change of direction. Not the fat or strongest. Might have missed on that pick, and might have been a bad pick by us, as linebacker has really been the only position we've been looking at past couple of weeks. outside of some of the offensive linemen. As our corner prospect we wanted is also gone. Gonna go look at corner. I think this is the round we want to take a corner. Tyrone Johnson doesn't look bad. He's fast. Looks like he has okay press, good zone. His awareness is a little low. His tackling is good. I think we're gonna go with him. Might be a little bit of a reach, but 93 speed hidden, 6'3". He could be a prospect type player, and we could build him up behind a couple of good DBs. We're gonna send him all the way to the 5th round now. As I know you guys saw a couple tight ends on my board. As all of them are actually gone now. Oh my. Wanted to take a late round tight end to possibly replace Eric Franklin, but now all of them are gone. I think we might go with a running back. I haven't really looked at a ton of running backs, as most of these guys don't even look like they're going to get drafted. Maybe we could find a diamond in the rough. As Isaiah Flynn looks like he's a solid player. Okay speed. He looks like he is very strong. Good truck. Good ball vision carrying. Break tackle carrying. I think could be a solid pick. 89 speed isn't awful either. I have a couple of running backs ahead of him, but solid pick there. Sent to the 6th round now, and I believe we have 2 7th round picks. This could be time we take another offensive lineman. Just kind of go out and get one. He's a really bad pass blocking there. Actually, it might not be a time we do that. Could be a defensive tackle spot. It's Farley. Check out his physical stats. He's fast, not the strongest, which you don't really like, but he's fast. Good tackling. Okay awareness. Good finesse move. Need a defensive tackle too. 82 strength, 73 speed. He's a little undersized for a DT, but looked okay from the stats we saw. And this is our last pick of the draft here. Any favorites still up here? And I think we're going to go Glenn Trippett. I was looking at him for a while. He's fast. He's strong. He could cover. Good tackle. 86 speed for an outside linebacker is pretty good. Not the strength is a little bit worse than I was expecting, but that's the end of the draft. Honestly, think it went pretty well, as we have a trade offer for Peterson. That doesn't make sense. We just signed him. Let me go take him off the trade block really quickly, as we are not looking to trade him. He's going to have a little bit of a role in this offense. As we're going to look at the draft recap. As Steven Robinson, 72 overall. Hidden development, 95 strength, 76 run block, 76 pass block. Looks like a solid player that will sit a year and develop. Now Jalen Bishop, another hidden development guy from the SEC, 88 speed, 89 tackle, 65 zone is not what I was looking for. 59 man, 68 play rec, 70 awareness. He might not start this year, but he might get in there on a couple of plays, and we definitely missed on this one. Marquez Street, 62 overall, 85 speed, bad man, bad zone. This was probably our worst pick in this franchise. That's an awful pick. Tyrone Johnson, hidden development, 93 speed, good zone. Okay, pretty poor man. Okay play rec. But this is somebody I'm excited for. Hidden, fast, good length on him. Could definitely be a prospect type player that we develop over time. Isaiah Flynn looks like he was a solid pick, a good power back with okay hands, honestly. And I'm not mad about that. That's a solid pick, as Fairley and Triplet do not look like they were good picks at all. Yeah, Farley, he looks like a practice squad option. And Triplet, probably more of the same. He is fast, and the zone isn't awful. Same with the awareness. It's not awful for how low of an overall he is, but would probably have to take a couple of years for him to actually play well. But overall, these two I really like. These two I really like. Everybody else was kind of a miss. It was an okay draft class. Nothing crazy. It wasn't an oh my god like class, but it was a solid class. Now we're gonna head into the preseason of season 6, as we have a trade offer for Tyree Givens. I didn't put him up on either. The CPU's doing all this. I don't have plans on trading Tyreek. He is our backup. As we're gonna go over the depth chart very quickly. Tyreek's gonna be the backup. Sutherland will probably be the backup this year, honestly, and then Flynn, the fourth string. I kind of like that right there. Fullback still Jamal. Receivers still look like they're gonna stay the same, except put Peterson there, Larry Brooks there. Tight end still the same. Left tackle could be the last year for Daniel Fernandez. Alex Stewart is waiting right behind him to get that role. Left guard will be Benji Wilson. Ford has earned that backup role though, for sure. Starting center, Brian Thomas coming in. And then backup will be Randy Norton. Starting right guard will remain Frank Webster for the time being. But by next season it could be someone different. Starting right tackle will be Dion Werner. Steve Robinson will be the backup to him. Left end will be Vigil Hatcher. And backing him up will be Elliott Beach. CJ will be the backup right end, and backing him up will be Randy Wallace. Defensive tackle now. I don't think we signed anybody, and Farley's definitely not going to play over a couple of these guys. Starting left outside linebacker is now Travis McCain. Backing him up will be Miles McMillan and D'Angelo McCutcheon. Starting middle linebacker is now Darrell White. And backing him up will be Justin Martinez. Now the interesting part comes. What do we do with Von Ford? I think Kitchen has to start over him. And Bishop has to play over him as well. And I think Von Ford's got to hit the trade block. As Street gonna... I don't know about Street. I don't think... We don't have another right outside linebacker, so I guess Street is gonna come in and... I guess he's gonna come in and play that third string role in the preseason. As corners, they all look good, and Tyrone Johnson, can't put him above anybody else right now, but he will remain on the roster. Free safety, Miles Franklin will definitely be there. Sidney Hill, or could put Tyrone there, but Might ruin his development, so we're going to leave Sidney Hill there. And then Philip Huffman backing up Shane this season. John Brown, third string. Kick returner will be Gage once again. Punt returner Connor Kelly. None of that has changed. Drew Stevens will be the third down back. Just got to adjust this a little bit. And the power back. Whoops. That's still going to be Drew Stevens. Hunter will be the slot. Caden, rush left end. CJ, rush right end. And you just got to move the backups a little bit. You can see triplet in there for the preseason. As the rest DTs are Grimes, Vigil Hatcher, and Pat McClandon. That will stay the same. Now, sub linebacker Darrell White will take on that role. Justin Martinez will be backing him up. And now we are going to see Nick Kitchen come in there, fill in that role. And then Gage will be the backup or the slot corner. That's going to be the team for this season. As we're going to go put Vaughn Ford up on the trade block. And it sucks because he was a high pick. He's gotten a decent amount of playing time. And he's still very young. Heading into his third season. But he just hasn't really lived up to the hype. He definitely saw some playing time for us. And it just hasn't been good. And with Kitchens and Bishop behind him, I think it is time to get rid of him. But we're going to head into some preseason action here. Play the moments. See how some of our players do. Especially some of our younger players here. And it will be the first time we see Josh back in action since getting hurt and tearing his bicep. And I believe it was week 16. There's a red zone option for this offense already here. 2nd and 4 from the 18. You see a couple of new superstars, especially Damian. Surprised that man right there, Hunter, doesn't have one as he takes a big hit at the 10-yard line. So it was his first catch of the game right there. Now a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Empty set here for Josh and the offense. As Josh just overthrows Hunter on that one. And Dion Werner, first preseason action, hurt. That is unfortunate because Dion Werner's been dealing with a ton of injuries. So now we'll see the rookie Steven Robinson as Drew Stevens takes that carry all the way up to the 1-yard line. As we're not going to risk injuries. He's going to remain out. Third and inches from the 1-yard line. Handed off to Drew Stevens. Right into the end zone. And the Huskies take a 7-0 lead here. As the defense looks good right now on paper. As it's a 3rd and inches from the 24. Trips to the left. As Jason Blacklock hangs onto that one across the middle of the field to end the first quarter. And we'll continue this drive here with a couple of new players on offense in this offensive line. It's important to get them some preseason reps together. Just to get them in a rhythm so we don't head into week 1 like with players not knowing each other. But now the backups starting to come in this game as Tyree Givens steps up in the pocket, takes off, and is down to the 2-yard line. And we saw that last year a lot with Tyree Givens taking off when needed to. Now a first and goal from the 2-yard line. Givens under center. Play action pass here. Gonna check it down to Jamal Lacey, and Jamal stretches. Can't get it into the end zone. Stopped a couple inches short. It's gonna be a second and goal from the 1 now. Trips to the left. The handoff to Steven Sutherland, who is into the end zone once again for the Huskies. As the Rams drove all the way downfield, and looks like they're doing it once again on these backups. Not a good sign so far for some of these backup players. But right there, I believe that is Randy Wallace getting into the QB and getting a huge sack. It was Randy Wallace. 2nd and 17 now. Cunningham beat on that play. Down to the 10-yard line. 3rd and 7 now. As Larry Sims and a couple other get some pressure after Caps, the QB, and he throws a duck. And it's going to be an incompletion right there. 4th and 7 from the 10, and the Rams are going to kick their field goal to go down 4 points right before half. Only 12 seconds remaining. The Rams drive, or the Huskies were driving on the field. Thought the Rams had the ball. Says the Rams have the ball. But a 3rd and 10 from the 34. Tyreek Gibbons nearly picked off trying to hit his receiver. Looked like a running back out there though. And Sammy Leak will come on the field trying to extend their lead to a 7-point game here. And I think we are going to go sign a receiver just for the preseason. And if he balls out, hey, he might make the roster, as we only have 5 locks for the roster at receiver right now. So I think we definitely have to go, as that quarter was just a defensive battle right there. But a backup receiver, 5th, 6th string, is definitely needed. Play action pass here by Tyreek Gibbons. And he throws a ball and overthrows Peterson, who would have walked into the end zone. But Sammy Leak will come out and extend their lead to 10 points here. As this one's up, and it's right down the middle. A 10-point lead for the Huskies in week 1 of preseason. And the Rams are going to go for it on a 4th and 10 from the 47. Game on the line, 5:20 left. As Larry Sims forced some pressure, and Steven Staines out there for the pick. What a play by Larry Sims to get some pressure after Steven Staines, or after the quarterback, and Steven Staines right there to get this pick. And that's somebody who I expect to have a huge season, as Steven Sutherland picks up the first down and having a solid game right now in preseason. But I'm expecting Steven Staines to take that next step and not just become a pick every once in a while, and actually become a lockdown corner when testing him. As it's 2nd and 12 from the 20. Givens under center here. Gonna go with a play action pass, and Givens using his legs. Throws it on the run. Hit hard, but an incompletion. 3rd and 12 from the 20. Givens under center with 2 tight ends on the field here. As Sutherland hits a nice cut. Only picks up 3 though, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. As the Huskies are looking to extend their lead to 23-10 here. As Sammy Leak does hit his 3rd field goal of the game, extending their lead even more. As the Rams got it to a fourth down at the 30. See what they could do here. Cap's still in the game for them. Larry Sims coming in once again. And there's the new linebacker, Kitchen, getting beat on the out route. As I think we got a pick at the end of the game right there. Not positive, but Huskies do hang on to win 23-10 in week 1 of the preseason. Looked like a strong outing for the guys, especially the first team offense. Went down the field pretty easily multiple times. But one thing we are going to do is go out and sign a receiver. As Ramon Simmons is up there. Is Brandon Gibson's still up here? And he is. And we're just going to bring him back for the preseason. He knows the team, knows the offense. Makes sense. He's most likely only going to play in the preseason. But we're going to advance to preseason week 2. No offers for Von Ford just yet, but I'm going to head into week 2 of the preseason against the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm going to want to take some deep shots this game, test out how this offense can do attacking the field, downfield more this season, as this is something I do want to improve on. As it's a 3rd and 7 from the 39. As Pat McClendon comes in untouched and gets the sack. What a play by Pat McClendon. And the Huskies get the ball at the 20 to start the game here. It's a 1st and 10. As Josh just checks that down to Connor Kelly for a 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 from the 26. Trips to the left for Josh here. There's an easy pitch and catch to Jason. Picks up the 1st down. First and 10 from the 32. As Josh is hit as he tries to throw it across the middle of the field there. Looked like it was a dangerous pass. Luckily for Josh, that ball wasn't completed. Now a 2nd and 10 from the 32. Play action pass here. And Damian wide open on the play. Down to the 49-yard line. Damian almost reached 8,000 yards last season. And this season, he should get it. 1st and 10 from the 49. Play action pass. As Josh has to throw it on the run, it is hit as he loses the football, and that's going to go back for a fumble 6. And that's not what you want to see from your first team offense in week 1. As the offense did get back to the red zone. 3rd and 6 from the 18 though. Empty set here for Josh in the offense. As Connor Kelly's wide open in the back of the end zone for a Huskies touchdown. Good job by the offensive line, giving Josh enough time to hit Connor as the offense goes down, scores once again. As the defense playing a hell of a game right now, shutting down this Minnesota team. As the Huskies send a blitz on 1st down, they check it down to the running back, who breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and is still fighting. Got the 1st down. A very hard 3 yards for Robinson right there. 1st and 10 from the 15. As Weaver misses the out route on the 1st down play. Now a 2nd and 10 from the 15-yard line. Weaver under center, making some adjustments here at the line of scrimmage. Larry Sims coming in, and another missed tackle, but a group effort. Only picks up 4 on the reception by Flower. 3rd and 6 from the 10-yard line. Weaver under center. And Stevens staying with a great play on the ball, nearly picking it off in the end zone, and he's off to a amazing start in this preseason, and hopefully we see more of this in the regular season, as the Vikings will have to settle for 3 after the drop pick by Steven Stan. They make it a 4-point game here. As the offense got stuck on a 3rd down here. See what they could do on a 3rd and 6 from the 47. The backups are in the game, as Tyreek Givens takes a shot downfield and Peterson drops it. Great throw by Givens under pressure, and Peterson with a costly drop, but the defense gets a stop, gets them back in the red zone. 2nd and 7 from the 17-yard line now. As Givens hits Hopkins into the end zone for another Huskies touchdown. A great throw by Givens. A couple of really good throws by him. And a 4th and 13, game on the line for the Vikings here. An empty set. As they go downfield, as Huffman is down there for the Huskies to pick it off. And Philip Huffman with his first pick on the Huskies. As the Huskies offense is going to look to run out the rest of this clock and get down to a 3rd down. Looks like it's Amir Hoskins for the rest of this one on the 3rd and 9. It's a stretch play to him, and Hoskins only able to pick up 5 on the 3rd down carry. And they're going to leave the offense on the field here. Try and pick up the 1st down and end this game. 4th and 4 from the 42. As Connor Kelly hangs on to the 1st down play to end this game for the Huskies. Another great game from the Huskies, holding on and winning for their 2nd straight preseason game. It looked like the first team offense struggled a little bit, but found the end zone a couple times. Same with the backups, and now headed into preseason week 3 against the Cardinals here. Looking to get a huge win. Go undefeated in the preseason before we have to make a couple of cuts, and we'll look at the stats before we have to do that as well. But here in Arizona, like I said, got to try and take some more deep shots here. But the red offense already in the red zone to begin this one. Quickly in the red zone. A turnover by the Cardinals, and this team, this might be the year. Josh into the end zone, just misses Jason Blacklock. Tried to fit that in a tight window under pressure. And that might be the only player holding this team back from reaching their goals is Josh. He has to take that next leap this season, as Drew Stevens breaks 1, only able to pick up 2. This is one thing they worked on all offseason, are their red zone offense of trips, because they were one of the worst teams in the league last season. And this season, Hunter can't hang on to it in the end zone. The Huskies are going to leave their offense out on the field here. 4th and 4 from the 4. This is a great practice for the offense. Trying scoring here. Damian in the end zone, hangs on to it for a Huskies touchdown. As the Cardinals drive down the field, get into the red zone. Now a 3rd and 5 from the 20. As great coverage downfield forces a throwaway by Brazil. And the Cardinals are going to settle for 3. As the Cardinals drive once again into the red zone. Now a 2nd and 6 from the 17. As Vigil Hatcher meets Jones in the backfield for a loss of 1. Third and 7 from the 18-yard line. Huskies send a blitz, and CJ Hunter's chasing after Brazil. Gets a hit on him as he throws it away, and the Huskies defense get them off the field once again. The Cardinals take their 2nd field goal of this half. Still down 7-6. Third down play for the offense. See if they can go out and convert here. As a 2-minute warning has hit. Huskies still only up 7-6. Seems like the offense has kind of stalled out a little bit here. But a 3rd and 2 from the 30 in field goal range. They're looking for more. As Josh is hit as he tries to throw it and goes incomplete. And Sammy Leak will be asked to come on and kick. Actually, Coach Paul wants to leave the offense out there. Don't hate the call since it's preseason. Already went for it once. Now a 4th and 2 from the 30. As Damien across the middle of the field hangs on to that one. Down to the 14-yard line after a 16-yard grab. 3rd catch of the game for Damien already. Now a 1st and 10 from the 14. As a great play by the DB to smack that away from Connor. Connor looked like he had a couple of steps on the DB on the curl route. DB makes a great play to deflect it away. Now it's a 2nd and 10 from the 14. As Hunter with a nasty route across the middle gets them down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal from the 1 now. Drew Stevens is asked upon here. This should be his role as the team's best power back, and he's into the end zone for a Huskies touchdown, giving them a 14-6 lead here. As the offense drove down the field and gonna give Sammy Leak a chance at a 59-yard field goal here. Would be his career long. It is up, had the distance, just wide right. Barely misses it for Sammy Leak. But a 3rd down here for the offense. A 3rd and 1 from the 40. Bunch to the right for Josh in the offense. They toss play to Drew Stevens. And he tried to get it on the 2nd effort. But was a yard short. Offense, once again, going to remain on the field here. 4th and 1 from the 40. Cardinals look like they send in a blitz. They do. Josh downfield to Hunter. Underthrown, and it's picked off. It's a good job by the offense lineman to not allow that to get returned for a pick. And Drew Stevens holding his shoulder on the play. And that is not a good sign. But the offense or defense gets another turnover this game and gets him right back in the red zone. 2nd and 6 from the 17-yard line. As Kylo went up, tried to catch that one. Good play by the DB to swat it away. Now a 3rd and 6 from the 17-yard line. Drew Stevens still not in the game. Haven't heard anything about him. As Josh is going to take off on it. Sliding down to the 6-yard line. Looked like an awkward slide there. 1st and goal from the 6. Will probably be Hoskins and Sutherland for the rest of this one. It's going to be a counter play to Steven Sutherland, who gets 3 yards, but will be the end of the 3rd quarter. Huskies at the 3-yard line here, looking to score. with a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line for the Huskies. The backups in this game, as in between both tight ends, neither go for it. Bad throw by Gibbons under pressure. It will now be a 3rd and goal from the 3. Backups in the game for the Huskies here. And that one is swatted away from Peterson by Matthews, as the offense is going to remain on the field here. 4th and goal from the 3. Can the Huskies punch it in? Hands it off to Sutherland, who's met at the line of scrimmage by Adams. And the Cardinals' defense stands strong. A big 3rd down here for the Huskies defense. 3rd and 6 from the 39. 3 minutes left in this one. As Huffman slips on the curl route in a great throw by Saunders, getting it to his tight end. Cardinals nearing the red zone here. 1st and 10 from the 28. And Kirkpatrick nearly had a pick. Undercut the route to Saunders, put it a tad bit over his outstretched arm. As you see the aggressiveness by the DBs this year. 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line. As they go underneath, and Kitchens and Kirkpatrick with a good tackle on that one, down to the 13-yard line. Saunders 6 for 6 in this one, having his way so far against this Huskies defense. Majority of it are backups, but a couple of players expected a little bit more out of. We're expected to have a bigger role. A 1st and 10 from the 13. And Cunningham, great coverage on the tight end, picks it off, and Cunningham is off to the races. Nobody in front of him, and it's going to be a pick 6 for Cunningham. What a play by Cunningham. He's been on the roster for a couple of years, hasn't had more than a backup role, but a great play, and the defense gets another turnover. 5th turnover of the game for the defense. And Gibbons hands it off to Sutherland, who's met in the backfield, and a timeout by the Cardinals trying to get this ball back here. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Play action pass, as that was a bad throw by Gibbons, and that might have been a worse knee by Kemp, as he had a ton of running room. But an awful throw by Gibbons comes down to an onside kick now. 2nd turnover of the game for the Huskies offense, as Brooks gets on the ball and will officially end this game, as the Huskies go 3-0 in the preseason. And it didn't look like the offense was the reason for it. It looked like the defense balled out, as Tyree Gibbons didn't complete a pass that last game right there. But we are going to take a look at some of these stats here. We're going to advance it one more week. As it did not look like the offense was too good in preseason. Josh, 353 yards, 24-43, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 55% completion percentage. A 96.3 QB rating isn't awful. Tyree Gibbons, 175 for yards, 12 for 24, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 50% completion percentage, 70.6 passer rating. Both of them sacked over 3 times. Rushing, Drew Stevens looks like he was good. Steven Sutherland might have been better. 28 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Hoskins had 3 broken tackles on 6 attempts, which is also pretty good. Receiving now, Damian Harrison, 6 catches, 101, and a touchdown. Connor Kelly, another good preseason, but it looks like they lacked some explosive plays on the offense. I actually want to see who gave up those sacks, as Alex Stewart, the backup tackle, 2 allowed. honestly not that bad. As Justin Martinez and Steven Sand led the team in tackles with 17, Kirkpatrick and Kitchen both with 16 right behind them. And Beach with 2 tackles for loss. Justin, Pat McClandon, CJ, Larry Sims, Grimes, Caden, Wallace, and Hatcher all with 1 tackle for loss. And Pat McClandon, 4.5 sacks. CJ with 3, Larry Sims with 2.5, Grimes with 1.5, Rudy with 1.5 sack for Justin, Caden, Steven, and Kirkpatrick. Was there one more? And Javon Young. 3 picks for Steven Stain. 1 for Kitchen, 1 for Darrell White, 1 for Huffman, 1 for Cunningham, 1 for Gage, and 1 for Kirkpatrick. 2 pass deflections from Steven, 1 from Huffman, 1 from Justin, 1 from Young, 1 from Dylan, and 1 from Beach. No forced fumbles, but the defense looked amazing out there in preseason. But now we have to cut 17 players. A couple will make the practice squad, like Blackstock, the running back. Actually, Blackstock's just going to be a cut. Flynn could be a practice squad player. I think he's a little bit too good for the practice squad, but if worse comes to worse, he will make it. As Larry Brooks will be a practice squad player if eligible. Gibson, same thing with Flynn. If needed, he will be cut. Offensive line, don't think anyone besides Will can be moved. And Greg Howard can also be moved. If he could go on the practice squad and he can't, he's going to have to be a cut. He just would never see playing time for us. As I'd like to move Stills to the practice squad. And then Colvin is going to be a cut option. He's just not good enough for the Huskies anymore. Gray, I'd like to move him to the practice squad as well. And now the DTs. Farley, we're gonna give him a shot at the practice squad, which means McCullum or Claiborne, one of them gets cut. Most likely, actually, one of them will make the roster. Claiborne's faster. McCullum's 1 strength stronger, has better awareness. Around the same block shed. I think McCullum will remain on the main squad and Claiborne hits the practice squad. His linebacker, Triplet's gonna hit the practice squad. As I think we're gonna go try and trade Von Ford. And Street might have to stay. Because I do like 3 linebackers, but I think he's just gonna hit the practice squad. I think 2 over there is fine. And now corner. Devin Jones, not eligible for the practice squad anymore. And not good enough to make the team. Tyrone Johnson's too good for the practice squad in my opinion. So he will be staying. Sidney Hill can make the practice squad. John Brown is also another one who will make the practice squad. He could see a role next season if he gets a little bit better. How many do we have to cut now? Down to 3 players, and I think I know the 3 players. We're going to check the trade block. See if there's anybody we could use up here. As Stanley. Might be the wrong Stanley. But I'm pretty sure Stanley was on the Chiefs. He was, and now he's a Ram. Wow. So that's huge for us. We don't have to play him anymore. It doesn't look like there's really anything up here on the trade block. Any receivers we could go up here get? I mean, cluster, but they don't need a linebacker. We're gonna see who has interest in Von Ford. Doesn't look like anybody does. Does anybody need a middle linebacker? The Raiders, but we're not gonna trade him to the Raiders. The Browns do. If we could get a third round pick for him, I'd be more than happy. And there you see it. Von Ford sent to the Browns for a third round pick. I don't mind it now that we only have to cut 2 more players. Unfortunate Von Ford for Von Ford, but it's just kind of odd man out in that situation. As I think Gibson is going to be released. He never really amounted to anything on this team, and I really don't want to move Flynn to the practice squad. I think he's too good for it. And I think McCollum will hit the practice squad instead. Actually, because if one goes down, we'll move him to the practice squad. We can always call somebody up. But this is your year 6 Huskies roster. And we are excited for this team to get underway here. A couple new linebackers, new middle linebacker, and we're hoping for a huge season out of some of these guys. But that will end this video, as team looks very good and very scary heading into week 1. Excited to make another year of Huskies franchise and hopefully make a playoff push this year, and deep playoff push, not just a first round exit. But it all starts with the Raiders in week 1. And I'll see y'all then. Peace.